Hi, my name is Megan. This is a 10-minute flow, perfect for before bed to help your body and mind slow down and relax. I have a block here I'm going to cue, I'm going to use, and all you need is a mat or even just a soft piece of carpet. All right, let's get started. We're going to start standing up today. We'll widen our stance just a little wider than hip width apart. We'll start by swinging our arms. We're going to let our arms be loose and limp and swing them so that they kind of smack your body. This is a somatic movement. Kind of pulls us back into our bodies. Feel that twist in the spine. Notice how that feels. You don't need to force it at all. Just let the weight of your arms kind of tell your body where to spin. Beautiful. All right, keeping our feet right where they are, we're going to do a couple inhale, reaching up for the sky. Exhale, we'll cactus those arms open as we breathe out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Cactus open the last time. Awesome. And let's shake it out. So much of what we have to do in yoga, or as we're trying to kind of pull ourselves back together at night, is just to come back into our body. A lot of what we do for work or even in our society really is just so mental, and it pulls us out of our body. So we're going to try to come back into this space. Let's heel toe the feet out a little bit wider. And grab this block and set it in front of me. Take an inhale, arms up. Extend that spine, reaching up for the sky. Beautiful. And then we'll take a forward fold, stopping about halfway, keeping the crown of the head pointed forward. We'll use the block to give our hands something to grab onto. So we're keeping our spine nice and straight. The little bee here that is really interested in my hair. All right. Let's take an inhale right here. And exhale will allow the crown of the head to come towards the floor. Move the block aside or continue to hold on to it. Maybe lower it the height a little bit. Breathing deep. Beautiful. Using this block, as for more support, we're going to come into Skandasana. Lower the hips over to one heel. I'm on my right side here, or right if I'm mirroring you, which I am. Feeling a big stretch here in this left inner thigh. Good stuff. The block is great here because this can be a little bit of a balancing act. It just helps everything to feel nice and stable. And we're trying to wind everything down. Using the support of the block in our hands, we're going to move the hips over to the other side. Good. Keeping the chest lifted. Breathing into it. He wants to join me. Beautiful. Coming back, we'll bring the hips to center. Let's drop the right hand right below the face. Block can still be used here, just keeping the floor a little bit elevated. And then we'll peel the left hand up and open, gazing up at that left hand for a twist. Inhale and exhale all that air out. And then we'll switch, dropping the left hand, peeling the right up and open. Very nice. All right, we're going to bring hands to the mat, coming into tabletop. All right, we'll set this block aside. Let's do some cat cows right here. Inhaling, we drop the belly, looking straight ahead for cow. And exhale, we round the spine, drop the crown of the head, pushing through the shoulder blades. That's cat. Moving with your breath, inhaling your breath, and then exhaling your breath out. Moving at the tempo of your breath. You can stay with me Or if your breath is a little slower or a little faster, that's fine. If you find yourself moving fast through these cat cows, I invite you to slow down because we're trying to calm the body, lower the cortisol, come back into the body. So we'll just slow it all down. Let's do some barrel rolls. So we'll start here on the right. I like to use my elbows to lower my heart a little closer to the floor. And then we'll trace a circle with our belly button, coming on the right side and then moving over to the left. Some really nice belly rolls, pushing into the side body. And switch directions. Encourage you to make some organic movement, moving into the spine, however feels good. Cool. I take a child's pose from here. Big toes touch, knees go wide to make a little space. I like to use the block to make sure that my forehead is resting on something. It pushes on the space between our eyebrows, which is where the pineal gland lives. And by pushing on the pineal gland, it helps to activate the vagus nerve and thus the parasympathetic nervous system. Let's take 3 deep breaths right here in child's pose. Beautiful. Coming back to tabletop. Set that block aside. Let's go ahead and make our way down to a supine position. Very nice. Let's roll out our neck right here. I'll make sure our elbows are under the shoulders. This should feel like a very supportive position. Dropping chin to chest and then rolling right and left. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and bring our chest all the way down to the mat. We'll tee out the arm. Bring your cheek to the mat. Breathe into the back of the chest, the back of the heart. We often forget that our lungs fill up the front and the back of our body. Our heart has a front and a back. We can fill these places with oxygen and energy. Beautiful. Let's pick up the cheek off of the mat. Look straight ahead for a few seconds, and then we'll turn the other direction, resting the other cheek on the mat, and continuing to breathe into the backside of the heart, backside of the lungs. They say that things left unsaid are stored on the back of the heart. Are there any of those things that can be released today? Not necessarily being said, but maybe just sort of let go, let into the universe. Awesome. All right, we're going to come back up to Sphinx for just a moment, and then we'll roll onto our back. Awesome. Let's bend the knees. Nice and supportive. We're going to grab our block. There it is. We're going to do a supported bridge. So knees are bent, feet are right in front of the hips. Arms can rest at the side. I'm going to lift the hips to the sky and then place the block under the hips. And you can decide how high that needs to be. For me, it's about right here. Beautiful. And we'll let my hips or your hips rest on the block. The hips are resting. And your body gets to feel sort of the reverse gravity, your organs, the blood flow. It's kind of always got gravity pulling one way. It's going to feel a little bit of the reverse. You can stay right here in a supported bridge, or if you like, you can lift your legs to waterfall. I recommend lifting one at a time. Keep your hands on the ground for balance. Allow your feet to float up to the sky. Maybe you want to roll out your ankles. Maybe you just want your feet still. No wrong way. Taking some deep breaths. Beautiful. Let's bring our feet back down to the earth. We'll remove the block. Let's heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat, and we'll do some windshield wipers. Nice and gentle, nice and slow. All right, let's finish with a big full body stretch. Send those legs out straight, arms go up overhead, take up space. Big full body stretch. Breathe it in and sigh it out the mouth. You can stay right where you are. Hopefully you feel a little more relaxed, a little loose, ready to settle in for the night. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.